First, I'd like to begin by welcoming everyone and thanking each and every one of you for being here on this most happy of days. It's no accident that each of you are here today, and each of you are invited to be here because you represent someone important in the individual and collective lives of Tyler and Sarah.
So I think you're all aware I'm Sarah's older sister, Kristen. I also go by Classy K. Growing up, Sarah and I could not be more different. We were the best of friends and the worst of friends. I was kind of like the laid back, reserved, quiet one. And let's just say my sister was the star of the show. She directed everything.
The most remarkable moment in life is when you meet the person who makes you feel complete, the person who makes the world a beautiful and magical place, the person with whom you share a bond so special that it transcends normal relationships and becomes something so pure and so wonderful that you can't imagine spending another day of your life without them.
Tyler and I are 13 years apart. I watched this guy grow up from a completely different perspective than, if I was a year older or younger than he is. Actually, I graduated school the year he started kindergarten. So we never even stepped foot in the same school. So we're not your typical brothers, but we've become best friends, or great friends, actually. And what we lacked in our younger years, we have more than made up for as adults, and I consider him one of my closest friends.
I know how deeply these two care for the love of one another, and I feel privileged to be here today among all of you as a witness of their commitment to a lifetime of love to one another.
As we got older, we remained close and even lived in the same apartment building 3 times. I loved having my sister nearby so we could have our weekly wine nights and watch Real Housewives. One of those wine nights, my sister tells me she met a guy. She tells me she even snuck off to Indy to meet this guy and lied to our mom about it. Classic Sarah.
My wife, Lauren, and I used to live across the street from Tyler and Sarah. About 3 years ago, I heard some music from across the street, and then I was invited to Sarah's birthday party. And from that moment, I was introduced to 2 new friends, advisors, and family, which would change my life, for better or for worse.
The relationship evolved quickly, and before we knew it, they were the proud new parents of an adorable golden retriever and planning Tyler's big move to Cincy. I remember the first time meeting Tyler. He was warm and kind and a little bit reserved, the perfect match for Sarah. Tyler assimilated to our family very easily, and let me tell you, that's not an easy feat. I think my father mentioned the first Lake George trip that Tyler went on. I'll never forget our trip down to Gatlinburg, and we're driving down 75, and my sister realizes she forgot her favorite vest from Costco. So me, being me, I pull up Google Maps, and there happens to be a Costco a few exits away. So Tyler, being the guy he is, so patient, stops at Costco. Well, Sarah and I don't stop there. We go to a Target, Old Navy, and Starbucks. So Tyler, thank you for putting up with us.
It was extremely clear that the 2 of them represent a perfect pairing because each of them complements the other so well. They balance one another, and while each of them are tremendous individuals on their own, together they're even better. And being better together as a team, a unit, and partners in crime is what has been many years in the making, ultimately leads us to being here today, witnessing their commitment to one another in front of those they love the most. I wish I could swipe right and tell a single story about Tyler and Sarah that summarizes their relationship and how they enrich the lives, each other's lives and the lives of each of us. But the truth is, there isn't a single event that is a good encapsulation of what they mean to me, to each other, and to all of us. Tyler, will you take Sarah to be your wife? Will you commit yourself to her happiness and her self-fulfillment as a person, and to her usefulness in God's kingdom? Will you promise to love, honor, trust, and serve her in sickness and health, in adversity and prosperity, and to be true and loyal to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Sarah, will you take Tyler to be your husband? Will you commit yourself to his happiness and his self-fulfillment as a person, and to his usefulness in God's kingdom? And will you promise to love, honor, trust, and serve him in sickness and in health, in adversity and prosperity, and to be true and loyal to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Tyler's become the brother I never had and someone I have counted on many times. That's the thing Sarah and Tyler have in common. They're always there for the people they love. Sarah has always been there for me, and I'm forever grateful to have her as my sister, and now grateful to have Tyler as my brother-in-law. To say these two have been through the ringer is an understatement. Between COVID and moving a wedding twice, they've had to face the toughest challenges at the start of their marriage. But I have no doubt they are stronger for it. As you begin the rest of your lives together, remember to be there for each other, because certainly the best thing to hold on to in each other and hold on to in life is each other. So let's all raise a glass. Thank you. And toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Ware.
Tyler grew up quickly over the years. By the time he was 12, he was 6 foot tall. So that being said, I'm in my mid-20s, and when he come over, a lot of times I talk to him like he was one of my buddies. He was my buddy, but like an adult buddy. So told him some stories back then that he probably didn't need to hear. So I apologize for that now. You turned out okay. We may not talk and see each other daily, weekly, but we are close in our own way, and I am forever grateful for that. It is what it is. I love you. We're a few hours apart, but I'm always here for you. So just know that.
As a sign of my love,
As a sign of my love,
I have chosen you,
I have chosen you
above all else.
above all else.
With this ring, I
With
thee
this,
wed.
with this ring, I thee wed.
And Sarah,
Yeah.
please place this ring on Tyler's left hand and repeat after me. As a sign of my love,
As a sign of my love,
that I have chosen you,
that I have chosen you
above all else.
above all else.
With this ring, I thee wed.
This ring I thee wed.
First time I met Sarah, I knew it was going to be a great fit. Sarah's very outgoing, funny, determined. You're going to keep his butt in line. I wish you guys a lifetime of happiness, love, and some awesome adventures together. So, cheers to you.
I am honored and blessed to be your father. Mom and I are so proud of everything you've accomplished, and you'll always be my baby girl.
Tyler and Sarah, in so much as the two of you have agreed to live in holy matrimony, have promised your love for each other by these vows, the joining of the hands and the giving of the rings, I now declare you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure today to introduce you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Lee Ware.